it gets addictive. That lifestyle gets very addictive to where you're always seeking it. It's like a drug, right? You're always seeking that high all the time, right? You get exposed to living in a very cheap country with beautiful women, and you're around them all day, every day, and these women are treating you like a king. Like, it's hard to go from that to come back to the United States and be like, oh man, I got to go to my 9 to 5 and I got to be treated like shit there and be treated like a hamster on a wheel.
Hey, Jamie Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
Once you date overseas, it's hard to go back. This is one of the cons of dating overseas. Let me put myself in the big screen real quick. This is one of the cons that a lot of people don't talk about too much in the travel space. I think a lot of brothers talk about the good, the pros, how amazing these women are, how feminine, submissive, this, that. I mean, you guys saw that one girl or those 3 girls feeding this guy, like, what girls over here are going to do that for the most part? They're going to think that's stupid over here. But over there, they're like, okay, I'll feed you, baby, this, that, because of their culture. I'm Dominican, so because I'm Dominican, it gives me more of an insight of Latin American culture. So in Latin American culture, from the moment a woman is small to the time they're, grown up, their parents are like grooming her or not practicing, but grooming her to be a wife for a potential husband in the future. Right? They want to make sure that she's well set up to attract the highest quality man, highest value man that she can get. So they teach her, hey, your looks isn't good enough. You have to do other things on top of that to be able to attract the type of man that you want. So they show her how to cook. They show her how to clean. They show her how to conduct herself, this, that, how to greet people, this, that. And they don't play around. If they see you messing up, they're going to check you right then and there. But these Latin American parents don't play. When you go from being in a beautiful country where people are warm, they're social, not saying they're not like that here in the States, but you go to a beautiful country like a Brazil, Colombia, everyone is warm and bubbly and they're trying to get to meet you, and there's a social culture there where everyone's trying to talk and get to know you. Everything is cheap, so you can go grocery shopping for literally $30 and get a bunch of stuff. You can go to a 5-star restaurant with a beautiful woman and only pay $30 tops, $50. Right? In the high end. You're around a lot of beautiful women that are your type, that are single, that don't have kids, that are, the right age range that you want, that are your type. They got some nice and some nice you know what I mean? Beautiful hair, feminine, submissive, amazing, feminine. Like, bro, like, you're surrounded by all this. Right? You can get a ride from point A to point B easily, right? Ubers, like I said before, are very cheap. In Brazil, the Ubers are like $3 to $5. You're spending $3 to $5 on an Uber to get you to point A to point B. Over here in America, these Ubers are expensive, right? So you're literally living a bachelor lifestyle in a beautiful country that is social, that is amazing, and you're around a bunch of beautiful women all day, every day. Right? So you're able to experience what rich people get to experience, but you're in a different country. So because of that, it gets addictive. That lifestyle gets very addictive to where you're always seeking it. It's like a drug, right? You're always seeking that high all the time, right? You get exposed to living in a very cheap country with beautiful women, and you're around them all day, every day, and these women are treating you like a king. Like, it's hard to go from that to come back to the United States and be like, oh man, I got to go to my 9 to 5 and I got to be treated like shit there and be treated like a hamster on a wheel. And all I do is work. I don't got no social life. Everything's so damn expensive. Is an arm and a leg to go to a club. Is an arm and a leg to go to a restaurant. Is an arm and a leg to go out and go on a date. And if I do go on a date, she might flake on me. She might ghost me. I may not get a second date. I might not even get a kiss on the cheek. I might not even be intimate with this girl. Or maybe if I meet a bad girl, she'll be all like masculine and give me attitude and clapping back at me and roasting me and doing all that. Like, you're going from like one opposite to the other. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. And like I said, I don't know if you guys saw that video from earlier, but women like that are giving a lot of American women a bad name. Right? Because I don't like to bash American women. That's not my thing. I don't like to bash them, but I will bash those select few women, like that girl, for example, that live here in the States that give these women a bad name. Because there are some great American girls out there that do want a man, but they're under the radar because girls like that are giving a bad name for them, are making them look very bad. You know what I mean? So they out here complaining, being all masculine, being all whiny because this guy's trying to take her on a Starbucks date. Like, come on. So you go from that to being able to take a girl out to Outback or a simple restaurant in Rio de Janeiro with a stunning model, and this girl's being cooperative with you. She's being amazing. You guys are having fun conversations. She's passionate. She's warm, bubbly. It's like two different opposites. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're going to prefer the latter compared to getting attitude and dealing with masculine women. No one wants to deal with that. It's very hard to go from amazing, beautiful, feminine women to come here and dating some masculine women with attitude. Like, it's to the point now, guys, where if I get any clapback from a woman here, I'm not even going to go on a date with them. In fact, what I do, guys, is that I FaceTime these chicks. I literally tell them, hey, let's FaceTime real quick. And if they ask why, I'm just going to tell them, oh, no, I'm just trying to get to know you better, right? On the phone. But in reality, I'm just trying to get to know what type of girl they are, right? One, I want to know what type of girl they are. I want to know if we're compatible. And number two, I want to know how they look. Because the problem is some of these females will literally put a picture from like 2-3 years ago where they were skinny and good looking, and then you go meet them and they're like the opposite of that. And you're like, bro, I just wasted my time and my money on this. You know what I mean? So this is why I do that. This is why I tell the girl straight up a day or two before we go on a date. I'll tell them, hey, let's FaceTime real quick. And I'm so glad I do that every time, because most of the times that I've done that, I've realized that, one, I wasn't compatible with these girls. They were dry. They had attitude issues. Or if they were good looking, well, yeah, if they were good looking, they had attitude issues. And I met some other girls that were catfishes that weren't that good looking. They were just kind of, like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm sorry, guys. I know it sounds a little messed up, but I don't know about some of you guys right now in the comment section or that are watching this right now. Shout out to you guys, by the way. Thank you so much for watching. But I don't know about you guys, but I don't got the time to be going on several dates. I don't got the time. Maybe I have time for maybe 2 dates in a month, but more than that, I don't got time. So this is why I do what I do, and I tell them to FaceTime me, because I don't got time to waste my time on shitty women. I don't. And you're more bound to encounter this over here in the States. In Brazil, yes, you will encounter some bad apples. I've met a couple bad apples in Brazil, but most of the women I met were pleasant to speak to, even if there were a language barrier. Some of the best conversations I've had with women were with Brazilian women, because Brazilian women have that great combination of beauty and fun, high-spirited energy and intelligence. It's almost like God really took their time. Like, God really took his time when he made Brazilian women. I know I keep mentioning Brazilian women because there are other great women in the world, like Colombian women, Dominican women, European. We could go down the line of amazing women from around the world. But Brazilian women, to me, are like the final boss. I view them as the final boss because I don't think there's any type of woman that can top them. Like, because they're just very intelligent, very beautiful, very high-spirited, very fun. They're good around family. They know how to get along with people. They know how to conduct themselves. They're very sophisticated if need be. Like, it's just, what else do you want in a woman? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what else do you want? Like, I don't know what else you'd want in a woman. They kind of like cross off all the checks. Yeah, there's a couple bad parts to dating a Brazilian woman. Like, you might date a woman that's very jealous, like most women, right? So I know Brazilians are very notorious for being jealous. So you might get a very jealous woman. When they get angry, they get angry. I'm not saying they're going to hit you or anything like that, but they can get a little angry. They got a little bit of temper issues, Brazilian women, similar to any other Latin American woman, right? Dominican women are the same way. They can get a little spicy if you get them mad. But for the most part, I haven't really had too many bad experiences with Brazilian women. I would say another con about Brazilian women is that they can be, some of them are a little beggy, right? So I know in Colombia, for example, when I was dating Colombian women, when I was talking to Colombian women, a lot of them, 9 out of the 10 of them, right? 90% of them would ask me for money. That'll be like, and it'll be the first day of me meeting this girl. And she'd be like, hey, like, I need money for medicine. Oh, my mom, this, that, I'm in the hospital. So some bogus excuse to get money off of me. And this one girl like asked me for like $200, and I just met the girl, and she was hot. She probably thought that because she was hot, that'd be willing enough to send her $200. And I'm like, fam, like my mom raised me better than that. I'm not gonna give you no $200. There's too many beautiful women in Colombia for me to be a simp over you, and I just met you. No, fuck out of here. But every other girl I met was the same shit in Colombia, where it would be like, oh, I need money, baby. Papacito, necesito dinero. I'm like, in Brazil, on the other hand, I met a mixed bag to where in Brazil, you meet women that just genuinely want to get to talk to you and get to know you. But I've also met Brazilian women that also do want to scam you, similar to a Colombian woman would. But in my opinion, I think Brazilian women are smarter when it comes to scamming a man or asking for money because they do it differently. And I should make this as a Patreon video, but I'll just give it to you guys for free. But basically what Brazilian women do, right? Not saying all Brazilian women, all right? But I know my Brazilian women will probably be watching this. My Brazilians will be watching this. Not saying all, but for the ones I've dealt with, what they do is that instead of them directly asking you for money, they'll indirectly ask you. So for example, a Colombian woman would say, hey, papacito, necesito dinero. I need money, please. I need it for this. So they'll directly ask you for the money. Beg. Brazilian women, on the other hand, what they'll do, it'll be more of a slow burn. So what they'll do is they'll get to know you, they'll feel you out, they'll get to know what type of guy you are. And then from there, what they're going to do is, oh, baby, I got laid off from my job. Or, oh, baby, my parents moved out of my house. They left me with all the bills. I don't know what to do. I'm stressed out. So basically, they want you to feel bad for them. And they're going to continuously remind you every day of how bad they have it. And that is their way of asking you for money, because you as a man with a big heart, especially if it's a beautiful woman that you care about, you don't want to see her sad and stressed out every day. So because of that, as your man, your inner provider is going to like be unlocked, and you're going to want to give her a little bit of money because the bills over there are very cheap, right? I've had girls ask me for, some girls have told me their rent is like $150, $200 a month, which is nothing, right? But don't fall into that trap, guys. Don't fall into the trap. I'm actually making a video about this soon, but don't fall into that trap, because these girls in Brazil, some of them will try to pull that on you. They'll try to pull the pity party thing on you. So instead of them asking you directly, they'll ask you indirectly. And that's all a ploy to get you to feel bad so you can give them money so that way they can do what they got to do. And on top of that, one of my boys who is a local Brazilian man, a very handsome dude, right? I'm straight, by the way. He told me that he's met some Brazilian women who are very attractive, by the way, who he would bang, he would get with them, right? And they would like literally talk to him about all the Americans that they're scamming. Like they'll be literally be saying that, oh, like, this guy pays my rent and that guy pays my cell phone bill. Meanwhile, my boy, who's a local Brazilian man, is smashing the chick for free. He's out here smashing this chick for free. Meanwhile, she got some Americans that are out here giving her money freely, without even knowing this girl, without even knowing if she's real, just because they look at the pictures and they think she's pretty, or they're lonely here in America. They got nothing better here.